Hello, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to your January 2nd guidance. Oh my goodness, it's the new year. It's the new year, and we are on the second day of the new year. My goodness, look at us. We're so grown. What are we going to do here today? We are going to... Okay, I see. What is the guidance you have for us today on January 2nd, please? For us to live our best lives. For us to live. For those that watch this, please, a guidance specifically for those that stumble upon this video or choose to watch this video. Oh, Metamorphosis came through. If you're watching this video, you most likely watched my What is the Shift video. And Metamorphosis is change. Metamorphosis is rebirth. Metamorphosis is change. It's death. It's rebirth. It's metamorphosis. It's transformation. So come through. What is the guidance for the beautiful person watching this, please? The ones that are going to be guided to watch this today, what is the guidance for them? For their highest good. To make this day a day that serves them for their highest good. And for the highest good of all. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Rock bottom. Look at that. I must have forgotten to... Alright. I have personally been getting this card in my personal polls. I remember the first time I got this card in my personal polls. It actually was the first card I was getting repeatedly during my dark times. This card is about your light. This is truly the keep your light on card, but it's also really about creativity. It's about moving through things in a creative way, knowing that you are the divine spark on this planet, like we are as human beings, spirit manifested. Isn't that powerful when you truly think about the fact that you are spirit and source manifested walking on this earth and everybody else is also that? Isn't that just like shocking as fuck, you know? This is also something about keeping the spark alive, riding the high of the new year. But let's see where this goes. Oof. I don't know what you want me to do here. Okay, let's do this then. Tell me more. Oh. Come together right now over me. I got a comment today. Someone was saying, I don't like how you read. And then they so graciously gave me a list of what they don't like about what I read, which I appreciated, actually. She said, I don't like that you shuffle too slow. Why do you have to sing? Why can't you just, all you have to do is read the cards? And I'm like, oh yeah. All you have to do is read the cards. Your shuffling is so long. And there's another thing. She's like, and something she complained about the singing. She's like, if I needed to listen, I could go to Pandora. And I'm like, man, you don't get it. I couldn't even be mad. Maybe it's because I'm mellow. You know, new year. Everybody's trying to be new. But at the same time, I'm just looking at it. It's like, oh, like, you don't get it. Like, you really don't get it. That's not how I work. And I get it. If you don't like the singing, if you don't like the way I shuffle or the way the guidance comes to me, man, what am I gonna do? Get angry about it? I didn't get too angry about that. I just laughed, actually. So, how does this relate? How does this relate to what we're looking at here? We got come together, and hiding underneath come together is goblins. I like this though, because goblins in the upright we can handle. Goblins in the upright is just us. Goblins in the upright is us. I think we got come together in one of the other days. I don't know, maybe I might be getting my readings mixed up, but come together for me is a very romantically driven card. It means a lot to me in terms of romance. So for some of you, truly, you will be feeling the spark of the divine. The divine will have touched you, and there may be a sense of coming together with somebody. I mean, January 1st, I'm sure some people got, Happy New Year's, and some people sent Happy New Year's, and there was an extension of goodwill. There was an extension of the cup, cup of love, cup of emotion, forgiveness. And perhaps today there's still people writing that high, January 2nd, of, said cup of the new year, wanting to be brand new and wanting to turn over a new leaf, especially when it comes to love. This year, a lot of people will be turning a whole year older. And so with that comes certain realizations, certain acknowledgments of where they're at, and a nice, fresh take, or really rather realistic take of where one's life is. However, here is the goblins, like I mentioned, and they are behind the coming together. So for people who are coming together, for people who have taken a certain step towards each other, towards a business partner, towards a friendship, towards working with somebody or working with some sort of entity, there's some fears here. There's some old stories kind of creeping up. That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Do you see it? Every time when I look at this card, it makes it kind of sad, because I'm like, what is she doing? She is playing her little heart out, watering these dead flowers when these are legit dead. Like, they're not going to rise from the ashes. They're done. Here, she's playing her little heart out, trying to cover up these goblins, the weeds. And I think, actually, that is why this is the first one that came out for today, because these are supporting characters. Okay, they're supporting characters here. Keep your light on, indeed. Even through the weeds, even through the stuff that sort of comes up, the triggers, the anxieties, the old stories. Be alert about what's going on around you. Think of things, do things creatively. Don't let certain things kind of push you down in terms of you getting what you want. Fight for yourself. You can play your little heart out, right, in covering up these weeds and trying to rebirth them, but at the same time, don't go out of your way to make other people happy or to have them understand you. Sometimes, honestly, it's called for, and that those efforts are noted. But there's something here about doing something a little bit too much in order to keep things copacetic. Otherwise, honestly here, I'm feeling good about this. This is decent today. This is not about grading the day. This is about the guidance of the day. Let me There is something here, though. 6 is missing. What's 6 in this deck? What is 6? I don't play so closely to the beginning of the deck, do I? 6 is... That's 7. What's 6 in this deck? Ah, 6 is the mountain. Okay, cool. 6 is the mountain. 6 is the mountain. The mountain is missing. So for some of you, a certain mountain has been overcome, which would follow. I mean, then you're able to sort of revive yourself with the spark card here, the message of spark. You want me to zoom in? Is that better? Okay. It's just, there are some old stories, there are some things from the past that tagged along on the boat that you used to circumvent the mountain, to overcome the mountain. There are some stuff that came with you on this new journey, or as you went around that mountain. The challenges, the obstacles from the past with whomever it is that's coming together with you right now. Let's say in love, right? because another reason why I was looking at my cards for a bit was because I wanted to use the romance angels today. So it's funny that love comes out anyway. I wasn't really going to use them for love, but in any case. Something tagged along. You don't leave challenges unscathed. You just don't. They leave their mark on you, and rightly so. It's because of the things that we go through that we become stronger. It's just also because of the things that we go through that we become closed off and hardened. These goblins, these sort of weeds, this muck that tagged along underneath your boat, that was in your hair as you were, swimming and paddling from the air, the gunk that surrounds the mountain. It tagged along, and it's peeking its head as things sort of come together for you, as you see that light at the end of the tunnel, as you are. There's something about partnership in that. As you join forces with something, or as you begin to join forces with something anyway, or someone. I like the message of the goblins today. I almost feel like, though, that they're, I don't want to say necessary, but they're there to haunt you and also to trap you. They're there to keep you at a safe enough distance from whatever this is so that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's. But they're also serving to fuck you up. So they have a dual purpose to me. Goblins are born when you're wounded. Oh, come through. And something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, it's funny, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice. Come through. Tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. Goblin's message is that you must release resentment, and negative self-talk within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. Miracles can and do happen, and here it looks like a miracle is happening. I'm not going to lie. Somewhere today, someone is coming together with somebody who wounded them. Either they're getting some sort of outreach, some sort of something, and some shit's going to not pop off, but something's going to trickle someone in their mind. If this is you, that goblin's message is there for you to heal, but to find a way to heal. This isn't about you swallowing what you feel, but it's about you facing what you feel in the realization that whomever it is that you're speaking to or relating to is also a human being. They're not above human flaws. And you are also a human being and not above human flaws. There's something here. There's such a deeper message here. Let's look at spark. Tricking you into believing that you're unworthy. Come Together in Protection talks about being unworthy and acting from a sense of lack. Feeling that it's love, but it's actually lack. They mimic your own voice. Know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A part of you may be not to say feeding the goblins, but feeding the goblins in a way to squash them, but to also make them what you want them to be. How do I explain that? Remember a couple days ago when we did the reading for This and That Are True? I think it was the Christmas reading about duality, about this and that are true. If you are someone who's been betrayed by someone who they still want, right? This and that are true. I have been betrayed by them, wounded by them, hurt by them. I hate them. But I want them back. I want them with me. I want them to love me. I want them. This and that are both true. The part of you, the part of us that has that sort of, the part that was wounded, the part that was hurt, gets triggered even more in certain cases when things come together and when things fall apart. It really kind of depends. It's almost like the more things come together, the more you sort of have hope in this end. And then the more hope you have, and if things don't work out for whatever reason, then it really all goes straight to the goblins and fuels those within us. What's my point? I feel like there's not a war, but there's something here that you're doing. I just can't tell if you're doing it right or if you're doing it in the wrong way, but I feel like either way you're doing something that's feeding the goblins. Either in an attempt to squash them or in an attempt to squash them. So in that, I mean, you may be negating your inner goblins by saying, you know what, it's a new year. I'm going to, try and make this work. I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I'm going to forgive and this, that, and the other. But meanwhile, there's still some animosity there. So you're trying to squash them. And in some cases, you may be negating the animosity. You're going to say, no, I'm going to get over it. It's over. It's done. Da, 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 da. But it's still there, but you're squashing it. So there's that. And then there's also the person who is inadvertently feeding their goblins when something has come together. Where, let's say someone has come forward. Let's say someone has extended the olive branch and said, hey, blah, blah, blah. And there's still this sort of like, feeding the goblins in terms of, looking to them for, oh, but this person said this last time, they said that last time. How can I, move forward? It's almost like consulting them in a way. And the thing is, though, how that feeds and simultaneously squashes them, the latter, is it... I swear, it's a delicate dance. There's a point where you acknowledge your shadow, right? You acknowledge the sort of, let's call it the bad stuff that happened. Where you acknowledge it, and when you acknowledge it, you squash it. So by you... Oh, God. By you looking to your goblins, by you looking to the wounds that have happened in the past, when this kind of come together moment is happening, you are squashing them as you are looking at them because you're not negating their existence. Ooh, we got there. Fuck my life. Further information. You just have to read the cards. Fucking bullshit. You just have to read the cards. No, I do not have to just read the cards because the message is different. Ass. There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in creating it. This is a perfect time to give birth to an idea, to start a new relationship. Truly, this would be the best time to start a new relationship. I know this is saying this and the goblins are there, but really, if you're about to start something, today would be a great day to do it. Perhaps you want to start that diet. Perhaps you want to start that, workout regimen. Today seems like a great day to do it. Today would be, the spark of the divine is in you. The spark of creativity is in you right now. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in as you connect with others. And truly, there is a coming together here. This really does encompass this energy here. That's awesome. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. Come through. Which is really funny, because I'm opening something. That's so funny. That's so great. So if you're about to do something, launch something, work with somebody, it may be a wise idea for you. The Come Together card says love needs to be expressed. Drawing the Come Together card is a sign that you're on the path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its forms of expression. Romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. There really is. Come through. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, and or a spirit. This card assures you that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. Amen. This is a time for harmonious, caring partnerships. Alternatively, the person who may be coming towards you or that you're going towards here, or people, whatever this is also sort of feeling some type of way about goblins. So they may be, a little frightful, they may be a little anxious. So if this is, some business deal, so basic. If this is some business thing that you've been thinking about, perhaps today you will hear from, or it would be a good time for you to reach out to someone to work with, or someone's to work with, right? Shoot your shot today. Perhaps some people will be shooting their shot with you today, in business-wise, or even romantically-wise. Perhaps some family member will come, speak to you or offer you some sort of aid in the form of, I don't know, whatever kind of support that they will offer you. Otherwise, I feel like there is definitely like a deeper message here. The bare bones of it, which these dailies are supposed to be the bare bones of it, but then I feel something and I'm just like, I can't let them leave without getting to the bottom of it. There's a history here, there's a past here, because goblins wouldn't come out of nowhere. They really wouldn't. Tell me more about this. Some background, please. Or, well, not background. Tell me more about this, please. Okay. Oh, look at that. The sun. Bitch, come the fuck on. If Spark and the sun are not just intimately tied, I don't know what is. Come together. The sun. This is beautiful. The sun. This is the up above. You're taking care, playing your little heart out on these little weeds. January 2nd seems like it's going to be either just a decent day, a chill type of day, or just like the days that we typically bypass in life, the ones which are good, but because nothing extraordinary happened, we don't really think about it. Either January 2nd today is going to be that kind of day, or it's going to be a day where something really fantastic happens. Something really nice. A partnership that's really, really nice. This is the sun. I asked to tell me a little bit more, and we got 2 5s. 2 5s came out. We have the 5, which is the Goblins card, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, being left alone, being abandoned, being rejected, being left, feeling alone, all those fears. Help is coming, I do see, because I keep looking at her, then looking at them. I feel like things will come together, but I feel like this isn't where someone's at right now. If this is where you're at right now today, know that things are coming together. So I'm glad you're watching this because this is for you. Otherwise, I really do feel like this is more so about the sun lighting a path, the sun not quieting your goblins, but the sun shining so brightly, the sun sparking so brightly, your light being so on with that spark, like I was saying in the very beginning of the reading, and this kind of just the intuitive hits. It shining so brightly, you shining so brightly that your goblins don't necessarily, like, they're in a sense squashed, at least today, right? Like, in a sense, you feel really nice today. It goes from being this super crowded, abundant, loving, joyous instance to this person who's all alone in the cold dead of winter, not knowing where to go, and night is probably falling. But here it looks like the sun has come out to guide this person to where they need to be. Alternatively, this could be someone finding peace in being alone, but I really feel like they're finding peace in being alone with someone else. There's something here for sure about being, like, happy alone, but I feel like, okay, if they are happy alone, then they're happy alone and they're finally feeling happy about being alone, if that makes sense. Finally sort of finding the gift in being abandoned, rejected, and all those sorts of things. Being left out, finding the gift in that. Things coming together in a more mental, spiritual sense where you're like, you know what, I actually get why, like, I'm saved, right? Like, this is one of those, woo, dodge the bullet, if that's the type of story that it is. And where you sort of maybe feed your goblins and say thank you to those little voices that you thought were nothing, but they were actually something. Like a intuition operating, coming through you through what sounds like fear, but actually that's your intuition. Because sometimes in our goblins is where, like, in our shadow, in our subconscious, and our unconscious is where a part of us is, a part of our intuition is. And until we're whole in both of those, not until we're whole, but the more we make friends with our fears, the more we make friends with our shadow and those parts of us that are scary that we don't really want to look at, the more we can connect with our intuition, because our intuition not hides, but our intuition can get stuck in those places. It can be speaking to us through those sort of voices in a way. So working with them and acknowledging them is great. It's really about bringing the light of who you are into the darkness of who you are. So in any case, that's what Spark really is, bringing the light of who you are into the darkness of who you are, keeping that light on. That's what that's about. That's what today is about. Let me see what you would like to say about that. The sun. I never get the sun, you know? It's always like a rarity. Connections come through. Connections, generations, and cycles that bring joy. So for many of you, you may be meeting people or peoples or persons that make some sort of difference for you in your life, or maybe they just make you feel good. Maybe they give you an idea. Maybe they just make you smile. Maybe they just add to your day. Today may be a day to connect. So, you know, come through. That's really nice. I was thinking about opening up the membership. Not in the membership, but like something different. So that's really funny that well, keep your eyes open. That's beautiful. That's so funny. All right, let's see. The 5 of Pentacles says feeling lost and in need of resources and guidance. Guidance is around. Guidance is coming. I do see that. It's coming. So, this was long. I'm sorry it was so long, but we got there in the end. This is beautiful. That's awesome. Have a beautiful day. Keep your light on, and good luck.